Hi there, and welcome to the Ingles table. I'm Kelli Smith.
And I'm Erin Barnett from the Southern Table. Glad to have you all with us today.
We are going to be whipping up something absolutely beautiful and so tasty for the summer. Today we are creating a beautiful watermelon cake.
And it's really a showstopper. We have been dying to tackle this project.
We really have been.
And so here we are, and it is just beautiful.
I know, we found everything we need for this beautiful watermelon cake at Ingles in the produce department. That was our first stop, and boy, did we hit a home run there. Everything we need, beautiful, fresh, and ready to go.
Yes, the seedless watermelons are right up front, ready for you for all summer long and all your summer fun. And that's what you're going to start with. We bought about 5 or 6 of these for this project.
Just to have extras in case you run into a little roadblock, because some of them will have soft sides on them, and you don't want to use those for your watermelon cake. So let's get the party started. We've started with this watermelon, just basically taking off the outside, the green portion, and keeping as much of the fruit as you can.
Absolutely. So you'll cut off the, obviously the outside layer, and you'll see the white. So that's okay to keep that for a little bit. And you're just doing like a shearing technique. I'll show you here. Just very lightly, so you don't cut too deep into the watermelon to create this round shape.
Absolutely.
It does take a little time.
Yes, I was going to say we kind of perfected our cutting as we went. We started a little more severe, and then we said, hey, let's back off and leave more of the pink, and it turns out so beautifully.
It does. And so once you get all your watermelons kind of sheared, if you will, you're going to pick the largest one for your foundation, and that's going to be this guy today. As you can see, we're going to flip it on the side. We left this in so you can see how we do this. You're going to basically square off and make a flat surface so that cake can lay on the ground and have that stability.
Absolutely. And by the way, we're going to be using skewers to secure the next area of watermelon on top of there. But it turns out so beautifully when you add these layers.
It does.
And it's kind of trial and error, if you will, as you go.
We had fun doing this.
We really did.
It was a little messy, but it was fun. So as you can see, I've flattened the bottom, which will be the foundation. I'm going to just shear off the top part too to make a little flat edge for our next layer. Comes together easily here.
And what's so fun about this is there's no wrong way to cut your watermelon. If you want to square it off, if you want to make it more rounded, you can grab some different sizes of bowls in your kitchen to use as a guide. But the cool part is you can always cover your mistakes with the fruit that we will add.
We are here for that.
We are here.
That just makes it so much easier. So now that we have our foundation, our larger piece, we've cut another layer here.
And we're just going to look kind of to measure scale and size, and we want that one to be a little bit smaller. So again, this one is more of a rounded shape. We will take on that same shape. This could be fun.
The other thing I love about this is while we were doing this, we were like, oh, you could just kind of put the pieces in a bowl for your children to eat as you're creating the cake.
Absolutely. There's so many
enjoy it later.
Fun things you can do with these. We've done several projects where you use cookie cutters to actually go right into the watermelon, make fun little skewers. So it's fun. And you've got a trusted friend if one of you holds it while the other
is cutting,
using a knife. Yes. So we're just going to keep cutting right around and get this the desired shape that we want. Again, doesn't have to be perfect because you can cover all your imperfections with all of these fresh fruits that we have.
Once you do it for a few minutes, you get a little more confident in the sizing and figuring out what the next layer will be.
Because we don't claim to be perfect with this knife.
Not at all.
We're not even close. Okay. Next round. So we're going to just look at that for size and stability. Could still go a little bit smaller, but again, we can cover the imperfections with their fruit.
And I love this because this is where the little skewers from Ingles come in handy.
So handy.
We're just poking those in.
These are the medium-sized skewers, if you will.
You can find them in the grilling section.
And this just makes sure that your cake is going to stay together so there's no disaster.
Yes, and feel free to add an extra one if you need to. We'll just kind of tap that down in the center.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then again, we have a smaller layer that you can build on top. Again, you can make these as big or small as you want, but on this one, we can leave a little room in the front.
I'll hold that.
And that way we can add some beautiful fruits right back on top of it. That's where the fun comes in.
Yes, because you may feel like, okay, this is looking like a snowman. What am I doing here?
Yeah, this is not coming together.
But once you add the layers together and then you go to the produce section and just look at all the fresh fruits they have, you'll be inspired to decorate.
And you can get as creative as you want with the fruits. We've seen these made with kiwi and oranges and all the citrus. We stuck with a different color palette today, more of the strawberries and beautiful grapes and blackberries as well as blueberries.
And then the accent, which I think elevates it, makes it look so elegant, is the fresh mint, which we'll add in as well.
And again, if you want to display this on a cake plate or something to raise it, to elevate it, you certainly can do that as well.
Absolutely.
Here's the fun part.
Yes, okay, let's decorate a little bit so you guys get the idea.
Yeah.
But again, any imperfection, that's the beauty of it. You can just keep adding.
Absolutely, and build it up on top. We've got these beautiful strawberries from Ingles. Doesn't get much more fresh than that,
so
right?
Beautiful.
And you just, with our cake that we've finished, we've used almost like a wave-like pattern to add all of the beautiful fruits.
It comes in beautifully. You even sliced some of them in half.
Right.
And added some berries on top of berries.
Just to
for
give
that
it
extra look.
Yeah,
yes.
a different little dimension. And take a look at the size of these grapes.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't pass these up.
You do want to start with your larger berries first, and then fill in with your blueberries and blackberries, those spots that maybe look a little bare.
But it's really simple once you do the first little layer, you get the hang of it.
And then of course you can add in the beautiful mint at the end.
So pretty.
To finalize your project.
Absolutely.
It's just a fun way to serve your fruit in the summer, and just a cool display to add to any table when you're grilling out.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And you know, speaking of watermelon at Ingles, they have pre-sliced quarters for you and the kids. They have the chunks of watermelon ready to go. So if this is just too much, they've got you covered.
Yes, you can scale this project back to any level. Even just a one-layer cake would be absolutely beautiful.
Yes. And look at the final product. We worked on this. Of course, the cutting of the watermelon takes a while, but layering the berries didn't take but like 15 minutes.
Maybe 15 to 20 minutes to add our berries. We had 2 hands going at it. So invite a friend over, make a day of it, and enjoy your summer together.
Yes, and you can find this idea, tips, tricks, and many more on our website. Check it out, and we'll see you next time.